Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your love reading. So I have two tarot decks here and two oracle decks there that we're going to use to do a 4-layered spread to see the energy that exists between you and your person. So we're starting with the 5 of Swords, King of Wands, Justice, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, the Hermit, Ace of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. Underneath this deck is Temperance. So we're going to pull some cards from this tarot deck next. So there's the Empress, 8 of Swords, Ace of Wands, Temperance again, 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and underneath this deck is the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Then we're going to get 6 cards from this oracle deck. So we have choices, uncertainty, keep your temper, believe, I wonder what will happen next, no need to fear. Underneath this deck, we have impossible things. And then we're going to get 2 of these, and then we're really going to get into this, Gemini. So there's Share Your Voice and Starseed. Interesting. And underneath this deck, we have Leap. Okay, so what I can tell so far, just without getting really under the surface yet, I am seeing that this is a very divinely connected relationship. We have Starseed being the energy that brings the two of you together. And I saw Justice here too, right here in the middle of the spread. So we're going to get into all of that. But what I'm seeing is this is a very karmic relationship for you. And what I mean by that is it doesn't have to be bad. Karmic just means this person is meant to come into your life to help you untie your karmic spaghetti that you have accumulated over your lifetime or lifetimes. And I feel like this person is very deliberately put in your energy, but we're going to get into all of that. But with Starseed being an energy that exists between the two of you, I do believe that you are both part of each other's soul tribe. So we're going to get into that. So I'm seeing the Hermit, I'm seeing the 2 of Pentacles, and I wonder what will happen next. So this is pretty clearly telling me that this relationship is probably on some kind of a hold, on some kind of a break. Because I am seeing the Hermit here. And so that Hermit is really telling me that one or both of you, probably both of you, are doing that deep dive into your soul and probably even facing fears when it comes to what we bring to the table, what fears we bring to the table, what attachments we bring to the table, what our own wounds are, in other words. But again, I do feel that this is intentional. The universe put the two of you together because you're part of the same soul tribe and you probably agreed on a soul level to help each other with this. The 2 of Pentacles is saying that you're both still willing to participate in this, but I also feel like you're doing other things too. The 2 of Pentacles is about multitasking. And then this, I wonder what will happen next, is both of you just being completely confused about what in the world is happening in this relationship. You might have completely different perspectives about this, where one of you might be ready to push this forward, where others might want to change it, and another might want to just pull back entirely. So make that part make sense for you, but because it's going to be different for everybody. But I do feel like there is a certain amount, a level of confusion that exists between the two of you because of this what will happen next card. But I do see both of you still in it, but yet at a distance with the Hermit. And that could possibly be what your souls were called to do, to help each other with this particular karma that you both just have to do. Your karma is unavoidable. So, but let's keep going. So in your person's feelings, we're getting the Knight of Pentacles and Temperance. So this Knight of Pentacles is giving a similar energy that the 2 of Pentacles gave here, that your person is still willing to do the work and alchemize the situation, heal the situation, balance the situation with the Temperance card. But I think they understand that there are blocks. I think they feel stuck. I think they're feeling that it is stable for now, but they know it's unsustainable the way that it's going. But in other words, there's the Knight of Pentacles has the most stick-to-itiveness. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't give up. So I do feel like your person wants to heal this, doesn't want to give up, wants to continue to contribute to this, but yet you're at a distance. So we'll see about that. So the actions that they're taking towards you are the Two of Swords and Believe. So nothing. Their actions that they're taking towards you are none at all, because the Two of Swords is a card of not doing anything because you're stuck, because you don't know which way to go. So you just stand there and don't do anything. With Believe, it's telling me that they are really still have this fantasy about what this can be. They still really feel that you are their person, but yet they just aren't doing anything about it. So I don't particularly love that energy, but maybe we can get into why. And perhaps this is part of your karma, is trying to wriggle yourself out of this being stuck with a person who might just be promising you things that they actually can't deliver. But I don't want to get too far ahead. Let's do one thing at a time. In your feelings, you have the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So this is what I was saying. One of you feels very excited about this relationship, and I think it's you. You feel like it's very stable. You feel like it's extremely passionate. You're confident about it. You know your self-worth, and you feel like this person meets that potential. But that's the thing. If this person is only potential, then potential doesn't matter, because it's what they actually bring to you that is what matters, right? And so I do feel like, since you know your own self-worth and you see this person's potential, you're still allowing yourself to feel excited about this, even if it feels like it's going nowhere. But I mean, I get the sense that there is chemistry between the two of you. There's attraction, there's a spark, there's passion, because you feel wands. And so I do think that part of that is why you're still playing into this with each other, is because you're magnetically attracted to each other. You may have tried to separate and feel like it's impossible to do that. So your actions are Ace of Pentacles and no need to fear. So you are coming towards this person with an offer. Maybe you've already offered to this person, saying that, hey, look, why don't we just put our faith in the universe, because this is obviously a divinely connected type of relationship, but yet your person is just still stuck. And so this is telling me, with the Ace of Pentacles and no need to fear, that you know your own power, that you understand how connected you are to spirit, and that you know that regardless of what this person does, that you can stay high vibe. You can still keep feeling a Four of Wands and an Ace of Pentacles for this person, but not be attached to the outcome, is what I get from this, because you want it to be this person, but you're also okay if this person never actually steps forward and does the thing, right? So they see you correctly. They do. They see you as a King of Wands, and in your feelings, you are the Queen of Wands. So to me, this is saying they have a pretty good handle on who you are. Exactly. They know that you know your self-worth, and that you have choices in this situation with the Choices card. That you know that this person is really kind of restraining you by not doing anything. That as long as this relationship doesn't grow, then you're not growing. But the thing is, you are working on your own karma if you are doing the work while this person is stuck and not doing the work. But the point is, they see you correctly. They know that you know what a badass you are, because you are, and that you have a choice in this situation. You don't have to just sit here and wait for them forever if you feel like they are a future faker, or if you feel like they're just wasting your time. So, but I do get the sense with this King of Wands that they know that you are their person. They have a deep love for you. I just get this with this Temperance card twice and the Empress card. There is a strong, strong connection. I mean, we started with Starseed. This is someone in your soul tribe, but their 3D version of themselves is not their most high vibing self, but they're not willing to move towards you in a reasonable or meaningful way, even though they feel this unity, they feel this connection with you. So you see them as the Nine of Pentacles and keep your temper. So what this is really telling me is you see them as a bit unstable with the keep your temper, and a very perhaps selfish minded kind of person. They put their own needs first with the Nine of Pentacles. And then normally the Nine of Pentacles is not necessarily a selfish card, but coupled with this keep your temper, I think it is that this person, when they don't get their way, maybe they tend to be, maybe they do lose their temper. Maybe they don't like it to have to put other people's needs first. And that's what I think has to happen here, which is why they don't want to do it. They're thinking about what it would be like to have a life with you, but only on their terms. And that's why they're stuck, because you're saying, well, no, hold on, this is what I need. And then they get stuck because they're saying, well, I don't really want to do that because I just want to, at least that's how you see them. That is how you view them. But we're going to keep going to see hopefully what the truth in the situation is. But you see them as being very selfish when it comes to this entire situation. So the Five of Swords and the Empress, this is what they are holding back from you. And so there is so much mental conflict that they are not showing you. And with the Empress card, I feel like it's really the love and the peace that their potential is with the Empress is being hindered by their own overthinking, by the fact that they perhaps are not expressing how they feel to you or whatever this is. But I do feel like they are a highly spiritual being, but they just keep talking themselves out of it. They let their thinking mind say, well, that can't be, this isn't going to work, this is too hard, I don't want to do that, I just want to do whatever makes me happy today, and this is far too challenging to expand and grow. And so, but I'm seeing all these purples in these cards, and it is making me think of the crown chakra, which makes me believe this person is highly spiritual. They might even know that they're highly spiritual, I'm not sure, but they just talk themselves out of it. This is a very feeling of an overthinker that you're dealing with here. They just keep talking themselves right out of probably the greatest thing that they could have. So, but you have two aces in what you're holding back. So, I mean, this is interesting because if this was, for example, a game of poker and you had two aces in the hole, that's a pretty good hand, right? So we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And this is because you know yourself, you know your own potential. The aces are about self and opportunities for yourself, not in relationships. The twos are about relationships and partnerships. The aces are about you. And so you know the truth about yourself, and you know that you can take decisive action. You are inspired, you are thoughtful, you are innovative, and that no matter what happens in this situation, you're going to be fine. And we saw that already because you're the Queen of Wands and you know your self-worth. And it doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. Anyone can be a queen and anyone can be a king. You probably know that by now, but I needed to say that. You are showing up as the Queen of Wands, someone who, the person who understands their self-value most in the deck is the Queen of Wands. And this is your value right here. And you're just kind of holding that back because you're saying, no, I'm not going to share the best of myself with you, which is why you're probably holding back, which is why we got the multitasking card, because you're saying, no, I'm going to focus on all these other things that I have going on in my life until you decide to get yourself unstuck and come towards me in the correct way, right? So I do sort of feel that it's not that they're acting just completely out of a sense of selfishness. They might have a temper. You may have seen that side of them because that card did come out. But I do get the sense that they're not as selfish as you view them. The reason that they're holding back is more out of overthinking than anything else. So if you were wondering about that, but again, we have this, I wonder what will happen next. This is all this confusion between the two of you because your person isn't putting forth what looks to be any meaningful amount of effort towards the situation. And so, but I do see that there is a history between the two of you. There's some kind of a commitment that exists here, but it feels impossible. And neither one of you wants to be the first one to take the leap. Neither one of you wants to be the one to really alchemize this or balance this. I think you're both just kind of wondering what in the world is going to happen. You are keeping your vibe high. You are being very optimistic. I think you sense that this is a soulmate. This is a soul tribe member that you're dealing with, but there's also some karma here for you. And I think because this person is an overthinker, that it could be that there is a reason for you perhaps to speak out and to be the first one with the Hermit card to come out of the cave, because we have this card, share your voice, come out of the cave. And this is the energy that keeps you two together. So I do feel like your karmic lesson, because we started this by saying this is a karmic situation, is to be the first one to come out of your cave. You're Gemini. You are an excellent communicator. You're probably one of the best, if not the best communicator in the zodiac world. So I feel like that perhaps is your karmic debt to pay, that you have to be the first one to really speak up about this. And then regardless of what your person does in response, if your person stays stuck, you've paid your karmic debt by being the first one to come out of the cave and speak up about what's happening here and what you want and what you need, and that you're optimistic about it. I know my self-value, but I know your self-value. I know what your potential is, so why can't you just bring that to the situation? Up to them if they do that. Your karmic debt is to just be the first one. So if there's a stubbornness in here, because the 10 of Pentacles can be a very immovable energy too. It can be a very stubborn energy. And I do sort of feel like this is your lesson, that it feels impossible right now for you to be the first one to do it. But that's really what this is saying, that you can really clear a lot of your karmic debt if you come forward first. So yeah, this is the energy that keeps the two of you together, is fear, uncertainty, karma with the Justice card. This really feels to me very karmic. I just keep getting that this is, you are meant to pay some karmic debt that you accumulated somewhere in your life or lives. But this fear, uncertainty, insecurities with the 8 of Swords and uncertainty that keeps you together, it's just saying you're both really keeping yourselves so small in this situation. And that's the only thing that keeps the two of you together. And so I feel like there's just a fear of releasing each other. I think that this could be strongly alchemized because of the Starseed card. I think it can be strongly alchemized where if you come forward and speak your voice and then your person actually does something about it, this could be a really powerful connection. But at the very least, at a minimum, you can be the first one to speak up about this, express what you need, say, this is what I need from you, allow them a chance to do that. Regardless of what they do, you will have at least paid your karmic debt, and you'll be able to really release this person in a healthy and more healed way. So there you go, Gemini. That is your love reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.